How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. You don't have to wait long before a possible short squeeze is coming. I have some new data to show you. The amount of leverage is spiking up here. And I have just something that I think a lot of people have probably been noticing, but haven't put it all together yet. How many different places are adopting crypto right now? We also have some news from Jack Dorsey too on Bitcoin and on the dollar. So if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, I really appreciate that. There are timestamps underneath the video, so definitely check those out if you are interested. And first, I just want to say, before we even get started, be careful. There are a lot of scammers in the comments. I just got a comment saying, "Hey Sam, can you send the $2,000 back to me that I sent you?" I'm never going to reach out to you in the comments. It's just that YouTube does a terrible job of cutting out these scammers, and I try to do my best, but they fill up so quickly. So never ever send anyone your crypto. So before we get started, I want to talk to you about Rubic, a partner of the channel. Do you ever get stuck? I know that I have many times trying to transfer between, let's say, like Cake and Avalanche or BNB or something like that, and you just have to either go through a bunch of bridges or you have to sell out of it completely, take the 1 or 2 or 3% fee, bring it back to your own checking account, then put it back in a different exchange. I know that that's really frustrating. So that is what Rubic solves. They're a multi-chain swap protocol that gives you access to over 11,500 tokens through all of these different chains. So they have 60 plus DEXs, fiat on-ramps, and bridges. They're already a working product. What's exciting is on December 23, they have their staking program going live. So you can get up to 80% APY on your money. Now, a lot of the time when people stake like this or they have really high rates, there's a ton of inflation, but you can see here they already have about 90% of the supply already circulating. So around 80% APY, but you do have to have a minimum of 1,000 RBC tokens. So they are not planning on inflating you like crazy. So if you guys want more information on this, you can check it out underneath the video. So Bitcoin is breaking out right now. We have Bitcoin breaking out. You can see that we were in this channel, this downtrending channel for a while here, and we finally popped above it. Now we're kind of just trading sideways a little bit back and forth, being a little bit cautious right now, but it still is nice to see us breaking out a little bit. Now, we do have a spike in leverage that just happened over the last few days. We can see that obviously a lot of leverage was shaken out, a lot of long leverage at 53.6, and we went down and we got about 20% of the leverage out of the market just overnight. And you can see we're almost back at where we were before this. Now, a lot of people might be worried about that. You can see, though, that the amount on exchanges is hitting an all-time low, but Will Clemente has said several times that a lot of people think that this is going to be another leverage shakeout, but he thinks it's actually short leverage. He says still waiting on HTF trigger at 53K close, but feels like a short squeeze is building. Just give some more negative funding. Now, he is one of the best on-chain analysts. Something to pay attention to. We could see an explosive move up here over the coming days because usually when we see leverage over this 0.2 ratio, that is getting ready for some kind of squeeze, up or down. We can see the last couple times it's happened, we've gotten huge shakeouts, and we see thousands of dollars of moves within minutes usually. One other thing to pay attention to is all the freaking adoption that is happening in crypto. We just got this news today. Manasquan Bank selects back to offer retail clients access to crypto. So this is actually a New Jersey-based mutual community bank with $2.7 billion in assets. So we see this a lot from other countries, but in the US, it's always awesome to see some bank that's going to offer it. Now they're going to give this to a small group, but they think that there's so much opportunity that they have to roll this out. Now they are not the only bank that's doing this. Belgium's biggest bank, KBC, is gauging customer interest in Bitcoin and crypto with an eye on launching new services. So this was actually known. They talked about this back in May. They talked about, though, how they were going to launch their own digital currency. Now, maybe they went back on that. I'm not exactly sure, but they are talking about gauging the interest to possibly give people Bitcoin. Now, I've talked about this with a lot of other banks too. Those ones are the newest ones, but Switzerland's largest online bank is to launch its own crypto exchange. We also have federal regulator says credit unions can partner with crypto providers. We also have Spain's second largest bank to offer Ethereum trading and custody services. And they've been talking about this for a while. They've actually talked about having these services for over a year now. Also, German banking group Spark AC confirms rumors wants to launch a crypto wallet. We also have Colombia's biggest bank to offer Bitcoin trading. We have financial institutions in Australia, they're going to offer it. And then also, we just have billionaires that are adopting it. So it's amazing to see all these different banks that are adopting it. We have countries that are adopting it. We have companies that are accepting it. We also have READABLE, who is now getting into Ethereum, which is interesting because before he was really against crypto in general, then Bitcoin was okay, and now Ethereum is okay too. He says he has just a small investment in Ethereum, which I'm kind of curious what that means. He says, I don't own a lot of it, but the fact is he's worth $20 billion. So let's say you're worth $20,000. If you are worth $20,000, do you invest $1 in something? No, you usually put in, let's say $50 or 100, a couple $100. Let's say $100 if you're worth $20,000. That's the same as $100 million if you're worth 20 billion, relatively. So does he have 10, 20, 30 million in it? 100 million? A couple hundred million? Who knows? But he holds a significant amount of it, at least compared to most of us. Even a small investment is probably a good size investment from him. Then also we have the last thing that I really want to talk about, which is Jack saying that Bitcoin will replace the dollar. If that happens, Bitcoin will definitely be over $1 million, in my opinion, probably far above that. We're talking 5, 10, $20 million if it really replaces the dollar over time. But even if it doesn't, I still think it has a bright future. Now, overall, today's a good day in the crypto market. We have some cryptos up 10%. We have Polygon still crushing it, up 6.5% on the day, but it really comes down to Bitcoin. Where is Bitcoin going? What is happening with Bitcoin on exchanges, leverage ratios? And it's looking very bullish for the end of the year. I really think next year will be a time that a lot of people get into the market. I think that's really when institutions are coming in, and I think that's when all these different banks will be able to implement these new crypto services. I think it's going to take time. They roll out to small groups. Before that, even test groups, small groups, medium-sized groups, then the whole bank, probably months and months later. I worked at a bank. I know how slow it can be. Now, I want to hear your opinion underneath. Definitely pay attention. Don't fall for any scammers underneath the videos or on Instagram or anything like that. I will never reach out to you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Check out Rubic underneath the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.